art. It's probably one of the most important and somehow one of the most overrated parts of game development. We live in an era where if your game looks amazing, the gameplay doesn't even have to be that good, which if you really stop to think about it, is kind of insane, and I don't know how we ended up here. Now, personally, I think your game should look as good as it plays. The problem is, for a lot of us, that's easier said than done. So today, I want to share the tips I learned in art school that drastically improved not only my games art, but my overall art skills. So let's jump in. And starting off with probably the most important part of the process, and that is research. Turns out if you don't know what good art looks like, it's almost impossible to make good art. And really, just imagine research as eating food. You need to give food to your body to produce more energy. Reference gives your brain visual energy. You like that metaphor? But where do you go to find reference? Well, that's really up to you. It could be social media, it could be books, it can be whatever. I personally check out Pinterest, the Spriters resource. It's fantastic if you want to study older sprites. Dribble with 3 Bs if you're curious about more vector-related illustrations, and art books. And the key thing here is simple. Reference, reference, reference. If you're on your phone, screenshot an image that you like. If you're on your computer, make a folder called inspiration, and anytime you see something cool, throw it in there. I have spent literal hours looking at art online and downloading it and putting it into folders. It's gotten to the place where my computer just lags when I try to open the folder because there's so many images in there. Now, it's easy for your eyes start to glaze over and you feel like, hey, I should actually be doing something here. But trust me, this is never a waste of time. Over time, your brain starts picking up on patterns subconsciously, color choices, line weights, composition, shading styles. You won't even realize it's happening. And that leads us to step 2, and that is mimicking. This is a part everyone dreads, but honestly, this can be a lot of fun. Basically, the idea is simple. You trace and you copy other people's artwork. When I was in art school, we would recreate simple, classic pieces from well-known artists, and the goal wasn't to steal, it was to understand. When I say recreate, I mean like try to fully remake the piece, break it down, study it, ask questions. How did they shade this? What color did they use? Are they using shapes that are geometric or organic? What's the line weight like? Is there texture, cross-hatching? All of the above. Find an old sprite of Mario, look at them, see why the pixels are there, see what they imply, and copy it, pixel by pixel. And yes, people avoid this because they're scared of one big thing, and it's a big one, and that's plagiarism. But the solution is very simple. Just don't post your art online. It's very simple. When you make something, this is practice. It's for you. No one's gonna believe that you invented the original Mario sprite anyway, so there's no reason for you to post it online. Now, after you've researched and mimicked a few styles, something interesting happens. You start to develop your own style, and this is when you create without copying. You hear me there? Now here's the cool part. You'll start making artistic decisions without consciously thinking about them. Your brain has already been trained by all the research and imitation that you just instinctively choose better colors, stronger shapes, cleaner compositions, and it feels natural. So let me give you an example. Let's say you need to design a house for a JRPG. First, research, gather tons of house references in that style that you want to make it, and just make a mood board. It's that simple. Next, you want to find a couple of those images that you really like and copy them, trace them, study the perspective, look at the shading, pay attention to the proportions. What do you like? What do you not like? Once you start to get comfortable or maybe bored of copying, put aside the reference and design your own house from scratch. Yes, you can glance at your mood board if needed, but don't copy directly. The goal is to apply what you learned, not to duplicate it. This is when I tend to look at actual reference of like real photography. That way it's harder for me to just want to go back and try to steal. Now, once you've done that, it's time for an incredibly important part. Some may argue the most important part, and that is getting feedback. Yes, I know sometimes people can give bad advice. I get it all the time. I understand. It happens. But most of the time, you don't need another artist to tell you that something looks off. A fresh set of eyes are powerful. There's times that I stare at a piece for hours and completely miss obvious mistakes, and then I show a family member and they spot it in an instant, which is kind of embarrassing. So don't take feedback personally. Use it and let it improve your artwork. Most of the time, people mean well, they want to help, and sometimes they just have a bad way of showing it. I had a professor one time grab one of my pieces, ripped it off the wall, and threw it on the ground. So yeah, that was awkward. And that's the process. Research, mimic, design, feedback, repeat. Eventually, after enough time, you can drop the mimic stage because your eyes will be trained. But that takes practice, and I'm talking a lot of practice. These ideas only take 5 minutes to understand, but years to master. So don't get discouraged, don't compare yourself too harshly, and most importantly, have fun at whatever stage you're in. Now, some of you might be saying, okay, cool, this helps my art skills, but what about my programming skills? And there's a lot of different resources out there, but one I highly recommend is Brilliant. Brilliant is really great at helping you excel in math and coding. coding with step-by-step interactive lessons and personalized practice. Basically, learning by doing. And what's awesome about it is it has a comprehensive curriculum. The courses are crafted by world-class teachers from MIT, Harvard, and of course, Stanford. It's fun and effective, and you learn by solving problems, not by watching videos. Not to mention that it's designed for kids and adults alike. I personally would recommend one of the programming courses, Thinking in Python. It's a great way to get your feet wet, and Python is just a fun language to learn. To learn for free on Brilliant for a full 30 days, go to brilliant.org/Goodgis, scan the QR code on screen, or click the link in the description. Brilliant is also giving you all 20% off an annual premium subscription, which gives you unlimited daily access to everything on Brilliant. Go check it out. If you have your own art tips you would like to share, please leave them in the comments down below. It's super helpful, not just to me, but others as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.